Reflection moment. The silence echoes through the empty house. Each room holds memories that now turn into sharp knives, tearing my heart with every step. The room at the end of the hallway, with its door ajar, is like an abyss that both calls and repels me. I can't enter, but I can't ignore it either. In there, time has stopped. I walk slowly to the kitchen, my steps dragging on the cold floor. I open the fridge out of habit, with no appetite at all. My eyes fall on the half-empty jar of strawberry jam. It was their favorite. I close the door with a heavy sigh, feeling the knot in my throat tighten. The walls seem to close in around me. Smiling photos mock my pain, frozen in moments of joy that will never return. I want to tear them down, break them, make them feel a fraction of what I'm feeling. But I don't even have the strength for that. I collapse on the sofa, sinking into the cushions. The remote control is there, tempting. I turn on the TV without thinking, seeking any distraction. The news announces the day's events with cruel indifference. How can the world keep turning? How can people go on with their lives as if nothing had happened? I change channels frantically, unable to concentrate on anything. Every program, every commercial, every smiling face on the screen seems an affront to my pain. I turn off the device, throwing the remote away. Silence reigns again, deafening. I close my eyes, trying to find a moment of peace. But images invade my mind without permission. The radiant smile on the first day of school. The small hands dirty with paint after an afternoon of painting. The tight hug before bed. And then, the phone ringing in the middle of the night. The desperate rush to the hospital. The doctors with grave expressions. The words that destroyed my world in a few seconds. Tears flow silently, wetting my face once again. How many have I shed since that day? They seem endless, a bottomless well of sadness that will never dry up. I feel I could cry for all eternity, and still it wouldn't be enough to express the magnitude of this loss. The clock on the wall marks the hours with merciless precision. Each tick-tock is a reminder of the time passing, taking me further and further from the last moment I saw their face, heard their voice, felt their warmth. I want to stop time, go back, change fate. But I am powerless in the face of the cruel reality that has been imposed on me. I stand up with difficulty, my legs wobbly as if I had forgotten how to walk. I drag myself to the window, pushing aside the curtain. The sun shines outside, indifferent to my pain. People pass by on the street, hurried, living their normal lives. How can they? How do they not realize that the world has ended? I rest my forehead on the cold glass, seeking some relief from the pain burning inside. I close my eyes again, letting the memories flow. I remember the day I found out I was pregnant. The overflowing joy, the plans, the dreams. 9 months of anticipation, preparing every detail with love. And then finally, the magical moment of holding that small being in my arms for the first time. The years passed in the blink of an eye. Every milestone, every achievement, every special moment was etched in my heart. The first smile, the first word, the first steps. The sleepless nights caring for fevers, the bandages on scraped knees, the bedtime stories. The backpack on the first day of school, the birthday parties, the family trips. And now, in an instant, it's all gone. Like a candle blown out by the wind, the light has gone out. Only darkness remains, dense and suffocating. The future I imagined, the dreams I built, the hopes I nurtured, everything has crumbled like a sandcastle washed away by the tide. I return to the sofa, feeling the weight of the world on my shoulders. I pick up the photo album from the coffee table, opening it with trembling hands. Each page is a stab in the chest. The bright eyes, the mischievous smile, the contagious joy that emanated from every photo. How can someone so full of life simply cease to exist? I caress the photos with my fingertips, as if I could somehow reach through them and touch that soft skin again. The scent of baby soap and freshly cut grass seems to linger in the air for a moment, an olfactory memory so vivid I can almost swear it's real. But it soon fades, leaving only emptiness. Unanswered questions torment me. Why did this happen? Why to us? Why was a life so young, so full of potential, snatched away so early? What purpose can there be in such cruelty? The injustice of the situation suffocates me, revolts me. I want to scream to the heavens, demand explanations, make someone, something, anything, feel a fraction of this excruciating pain. But there are no answers. Only the deafening silence and the absence that echoes through every corner. The empty chair at the table. The space on the sofa where we used to cuddle to watch movies. The still swing in the backyard, swaying gently in the breeze like a ghost of happier days. The simplest tasks have become insurmountable mountains. Getting out of bed every morning is an epic battle against the desire to simply give up, to surrender to the darkness that consumes me. Preparing meals for one person, when before the kitchen was a place of shared laughter and mess. Passing by the bedroom door and resisting the urge to enter, to lie down on that too small bed and pretend for a moment that nothing has changed. The world out there keeps spinning, oblivious to my pain. Seasons change, people follow their routines. Friends and family try to help, offer words of comfort, bring food, make themselves available to listen. But their voices sound distant, as if coming from another planet. Their presence, though well-intentioned, only highlights the absence that dominates my life. I find myself watching other mothers with their children on the street, in the supermarket, in the park. Envy and bitterness mix in my chest, forming a toxic cocktail of emotions. Why do they still have their treasures when I've lost mine? How can they complain about such trivial things when they have the most precious of gifts? I want to scream at them to cherish every second, every hug, every "mommy, I love you" whispered before bed. They don't know how lucky they are. The nights are the worst. The silence becomes even more oppressive, and loneliness is a palpable presence beside me in the too big bed. I close my eyes and see your face, hear your laughter, feel the warmth of your embrace. For a brief moment, I forget reality. But then I wake up startled, heart racing, the cruel awareness of the loss hitting me like a punch to the stomach. And the cycle begins again. The days drag on, indistinguishable from one another. I lose track of time, dates, commitments. The outside world becomes an unimportant blur. All I can focus on is this searing pain that gives me no respite, this emptiness that nothing seems capable of filling. Sometimes, in moments of weakness, I find myself thinking about giving up. About joining you, wherever you are. The idea is tempting, promising relief from this unbearable suffering. But then I remember your voice, your smile, your joy for life. And I know you wouldn't want that. That you would be sad to see me like this, consumed by pain. I try to cling to the good memories, to the happy moments we shared. But it's like trying to hold water with my hands. No matter how hard I try, it always slips through my fingers. Each happy memory comes with the sharp pain of loss, cruelly reminding me that they are just that, memories. That we can never create new ones. People say that time heals all wounds. But how can time heal something so deep, so visceral? This isn't a superficial wound that scars over and disappears. It's a black hole in my chest, sucking all the light and joy out of the world. How can I move forward when such a fundamental part of me is gone forever? I look to the future and see only a vast, dull expanse. The dreams I had for us both, the plans I made, the expectations I nurtured, they're all gone. Each milestone that should have been celebrated, graduation, first love, college, marriage, grandchildren, are now just cruel reminders of what will never be. I feel lost, adrift in an ocean of sadness with no compass to guide me. How can I find a new purpose when the old one was so clear, so fundamental to my existence? Being a mother wasn't just something I did, it was who I was. And now, who am I? Well-meaning people say I need to be strong, that I need to move on. But how can I be strong when I feel so broken inside? How can I move on when each step takes me further away from you? The idea of a getting over it seems like a betrayal, as if by doing so I would somehow be diminishing the importance of what we lived, of the love we shared. There are days when anger takes over. Anger at fate, at the universe, at God, if he exists. What kind of deity would allow such cruelty? What greater plan could justify tearing a child from its mother's arms? I want answers, explanations, something to make sense of this chaos that has become my life. But I find only silence. Other times, it's guilt that consumes me. I replay every moment of the last days, the last weeks, looking for something I could have done differently. If I had paid more attention, if I had taken you to the doctor earlier, if I had insisted on more tests. The list of a what-ifs is endless, each one an additional weight on my already bowed shoulders. I look at other mothers and wonder how they manage. How can they smile, make plans, live their lives normally knowing that this terrible possibility hangs over their heads? The innocence of motherhood is gone forever. Now I know, in a way no mother should know, how fragile and precious the gift of life is. The seasons change outside, but inside me it's always winter. A cold that freezes the soul, that no blanket or hug can warm. I feel like a leafless tree, naked and exposed to the elements, unable to bloom again. Sometimes, in fleeting moments, something sparks an involuntary smile. A happy memory, a joke you would have loved, an unexpected act of kindness from a stranger. For a second, I feel a warmth in my chest. But soon reality sets in again, and guilt gnaws at me for having dared to feel anything beyond sadness. People say you continue to live through memories, through the love you left behind. But memories can't hug you back. Love can't fill the void of your physical absence. Each day is a struggle to find a balance between honoring your memory and not drowning completely in it. I look at the starry sky at night and wonder if you're out there somewhere, watching over me. The idea brings a minimal comfort, but also highlights even more the insurmountable distance that now separates us. I wish I could send you a message, hear your voice even if for a second, have some certainty that you're okay, that we'll meet again someday. The world keeps turning, indifferent to my pain. People go on with their lives, make plans, laugh, love. And I'm stuck here, trapped in this limbo between what was and what will never be. Trying to find a path through the darkness, seeking a purpose when the old one was brutally snatched away. I know I need to go on, that I should honor your memory by living the best way I can. But each step is a battle against the desire to simply give up, to surrender to the pain that consumes me. How can I find the strength to move forward when such a fundamental part of me is gone forever? Advice moment. Dear grieving mother, my heart breaks seeing your pain, so deep and overwhelming. I know that at this moment, words may seem empty in the face of the immensity of your loss. There's no magic phrase that can heal this wound, no advice that can erase the absence of your child. But if you'll allow me, I'd like to share some reflections, not as someone who has all the answers, but as someone who understands the depth of your suffering. First, I want you to know that your pain is valid. Don't let anyone tell you how or for how long you should grieve. Grief has no expiration date, it doesn't follow a predetermined schedule. Each person experiences this journey uniquely, and you have the right to feel everything you're feeling. Allow yourself to live through all phases of grief. There will be days of profound sadness, days of intense anger, days of suffocating guilt. Don't repress these feelings. They are part of the healing process, as painful as it may be. Cry when you need to cry, scream when the anger is too much to contain, seek help when the weight seems unbearable. Remember that there's no right way to deal with the loss of a child. Some days you may feel strong enough to face the world, on others, you'll barely be able to get out of bed. Both days are valid, both feelings are real. Be gentle with yourself on difficult days, celebrate small victories on better days. Seek support. I know it may seem that no one really understands what you're going through, and in a sense, that's true. But there are people willing to walk beside you on this journey. Family, friends, support groups for bereaved parents, therapists specialized in grief. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes, just being able to talk openly about your pain can bring some relief. Take care of yourself, even when it seems impossible. Your body and mind are going through an immense trauma. Try, as much as possible, to maintain a basic routine. Eat, even if you don't feel hungry. Rest, even if sleep doesn't come easily. Move, even if it's just a short walk around the block. These small acts of self-care can be anchors in the midst of the storm. Don't be afraid to talk about your child. Say their name, tell stories about them, keep their memory alive. Often, people around us avoid mentioning those who have passed, afraid of hurting us. But for many bereaved parents, being able to talk openly about their child is a way of maintaining connection, of honoring their existence. Find ways to keep your child's memory alive. This could be through a journal where you write letters to them, a special photo album, a memory box, or even a charitable project in their name. These actions can bring some comfort and purpose amid the pain. Allow yourself to experience moments of joy when they arise. I know it may seem impossible to feel anything beyond sadness right now, and when these moments come, you may even feel guilty. But remember, your child loved seeing you happy. Honor their memory by allowing joy back into your life, even if it's in small moments. Don't rush to a get over it or move on. These phrases, although well-intentioned, can be painful for someone who has lost a child. You won't get over the loss of your child, but with time, you'll learn to carry this pain differently. The love you shared has no end, it has only changed form. If you find yourself smiling at a happy memory, don't feel guilty. These memories are precious gifts, witnesses to the love you shared. With time, I hope these happy memories can bring more comfort than pain. Remember that the pain you feel is proportional to the love you shared. It's the price we pay for loving deeply. But that love, that connection you had, is stronger than death. It continues to exist, transformed, but still present. Don't give up on finding meaning in life again. It may seem impossible now, but many bereaved parents discover, with time, new ways to honor their child's memory, new purposes that give meaning to their days. This doesn't mean forgetting or getting over it, but finding a way to carry the love for your child in everything you do. Know that there's no shame in seeking professional help. A therapist specialized in grief can offer valuable tools to deal with the pain, guilt, anger, and all the complex feelings that accompany the loss of a child. Finally, I want you to know that you're not alone. There are many mothers who carry this pain, who understand what you're going through. Don't hesitate to seek support groups where you can share your story and hear from others. Sometimes, knowing we're not alone in our pain can bring some comfort. Remember, there's no deadline for grief, no right way to experience it. Be patient and gentle with yourself. Honor your feelings, honor your child's memory, and above all, honor the immense love you shared and that continues to live in your heart. You're stronger than you imagine, even in the moments when you feel most fragile. The love you have for your child is a powerful force, capable of guiding you through this darkness. One day at a time, one step at a time, you will find a path through this pain. May you find peace, comfort, and eventually, moments of joy again. Your child, wherever they are, would certainly wish this for you. Hold firm to the certainty of the love you shared, a love that not even death can erase. With all my care and solidarity, someone who understands your pain. Now, let's say a prayer. God of infinite compassion and love, I come to you with a shattered heart, carrying a pain that seems greater than I can bear. My child, my precious treasure, is no longer here, and the void they left behind seems impossible to fill. Lord, you who are the creator of all things, who knows every hair on our heads, who loves us with a love that surpasses all understanding, I ask you, embrace me in your arms in this moment of profound anguish. Heavenly Father, there are moments when the pain is so intense that I can barely breathe. There are days when I wonder how I can continue living without my child. In these hours of darkness, be my light. Guide me through this valley of shadows, sustain me when my strength fails. God of all consolation, comfort my broken heart. Help me find peace amid the chaos of my thoughts, serenity amid the storm of my emotions. May I feel your presence in the loneliest moments, your love in the instances of greatest despair. Lord, there are so many unanswered questions, so many whys that echo in my mind. I don't understand your designs. I don't understand why my child had to leave so soon. But even in my incomprehension, even in my pain, help me trust in you. Give me the faith to believe that, in some way I cannot see now, you are in control. Loving Father, take care of my child. Although my heart breaks for not being able to hug them, kiss them, care for them anymore, I find solace in knowing that they are in your eternal arms. May they be at peace, wrapped in your infinite love. God of all grace, give me strength to continue. There are days when the burden seems too heavy to carry. In those hours, remind me that I can lay my burdens at your feet. Help me find courage to face each new day, wisdom to deal with my pain, and hope for the future. Lord, guide me on the path of healing. Not to forget, for I can never or will never want to forget my child, but to learn to live with this new reality. Help me honor their memory in everything I do, to keep alive the love we shared. God of all mercy, forgive me in moments of anger, in instances when I question your goodness. Understand my broken heart and embrace my tears. May I find in you not only consolation but also the strength to move forward. Heavenly Father, bless those around me, trying to support me in this difficult time. Give them wisdom to know how to comfort me, patience to be by my side on this long journey of grief. Lord, help me see beyond my pain. May I one day use this experience to comfort others who go through similar losses. Transform my pain into compassion, my suffering into empathy. God of all hope, plant in my heart the seed of expectation that one day we will meet again. May this hope be a light in my darkest days, a balm for my wounded soul. Loving Father, teach me to live in a way that honors my child's memory. May each day be an opportunity to express the love I feel for them, to make a difference in the world in their name. Lord, in the moments when longing tightens, when memories bring both joy and pain, be with me. Help me celebrate my child's life, to be grateful for the time we had together, however brief it may have been. God of all love, always remind me that the love I feel for my child, and the love they felt for me is eternal. That this love transcends life and death and remains forever. And finally, Lord, I ask you for peace. Peace for my turbulent heart, peace for my restless mind, peace for my wounded soul. May I, day by day, step by step, find the peace that surpasses all understanding. In your name I pray. Amen.